I've had a look at 3 sites for boreholes up in the area close to Nandongo, district of Nandongo, up in Maswata, in what's it called, Papalangi and Cawalevu. And we've also had an opportunity to visit Lekutu Secondary School, where we know we have our soldiers are fixing the school. But I'm very glad that I can be here again to be part of the opening of this borehole project, because as I said, I visited the project earlier this year when it was being implemented. So first of all, for the community, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience, and I know it's been a long wait. But hopefully now the water issues we will have will be helped by this project. We will reduce the problems that you've had in the past. This is very important because getting clean and safe drinking water is very important for everybody, for all of us old people, especially for our young, and for the children, for feeding themselves and making sure that they stay in good health. And you know, in our 2013 Constitution, Section 36 of the Constitution says everybody in Fiji has the right to clean water. Everybody. Everybody has the right to safe water. And this is a big challenge for government, to try to make that true, to try to make it a reality. Already today I visited 3 projects which will cost us the boreholes are ready. It still cost us another maybe $160,000 to get the water to all of the communities. So this is something that government focuses on. And you see today in the group that we have here, we have the people from the Water Authority of Fiji, we have Samu that's here and Chia that is here. They look at the water that comes from the rivers and the streams. We also have our staff here from Sakaraya and the team from Mineral Resources. Their project is always get the water out of the ground, out of the borehole. So both of these groups are the ways in which government tries to make sure we can get clean water to everybody in our country. So groundwater, I'm sure that I think even in this area, which is the dry part of Cawalevu, you still get some rainwater. And I'm hoping that you try to catch some of this rainwater as much as possible, because these things need to work together, eh? Rainwater and groundwater. If you use too much of one, it can run out. Because all this groundwater that we have, it falls from heaven anyway, to the ground, and it's kept in the ground. So we need to manage it very well. Groundwater is part of the whole water cycle and is recharged primarily through the rainfall. The rain that falls eventually goes into the ground. And our community here is located on the dry side of Cawalevu. This means that you do get droughts, which will reduce your rainfall. Up to 50% of the rainfall can be reduced. So this is going to affect a lot of our islands, especially Cawalevu. So groundwater is more resilient to droughts than surface water. But we also have a lot of problems. We have the natural disasters, we have the rise in the sea level, and these are all the problems that we have associated with climate change. The groundwater, the government has had a strong groundwater program, which started off in 2015. And from 2015, from the groundwater from Sakurai and his team, we've benefited more than 6,000 people. We're doing the boreholes and helping people to get their water. I've been told that your community here has had a lot of times when you have had no water or very little water, especially during the dry season. And right now we are entering the dry season. It's becoming drier. Normally in the dry season, your water sources dry up, and even for rainwater harvesting, you don't get enough rain, so sometimes it becomes difficult to be able to get the amount of water that you need. And sometimes too, government has to spend a lot of money in cutting the water, getting the tanks to come, the trucks to come to bring water to places where we need it. This project that we are commissioning today has cost the government $80,000. $80,000. $80,000 is not a cost, it's an investment into your lives. It's an investment into your life. I understand that it will benefit 5 households, if I'm correct, with a total of 30 Fijians. So for that 30 Fijians, government is putting in $80,000 for your groundwater. The children and the members of your community should now be able to enjoy a better quality of life. Because as I said, water is very important from drinking, bathing, cooking, washing, and even cleaning. But even as we have the groundwater, one request from us, from government, don't forget about rainwater harvesting. When the rain falls, please try to catch that water. So that way you can also save your borehole. So these two can work hand in hand. Rainwater harvesting and also our groundwater. From today, the government will give you this system. This $80,000 investment will become yours, members of this community. It will no longer be part of the government. They'll come around every now and then, but it becomes yours. You have to monitor it, you have to maintain it, you have to manage the system and protect the groundwater resource, as well as the piping and everything that's here. It will become yours in the community. So I'm hoping, I know that you will have a water committee that's already in place. So for everybody that's in the committee, please support the water committee. Whatever they need to do, if they have some maintenance activities and also if they want to raise some money for some of the repairs, I hope that everybody in the community can support them. And if you do that, then your access to water, your supply of water is not going to be disrupted and the scheme can last for a long time. I think the members of MRD have also advised the recommended pumping rate, the recommended rate at which the water is pumped out of the borehole. I hope that will need to be followed, because if you pump too much, what will happen, it can get dirty and you can also spoil the quality of the water that comes out. So if we maintain the pumping rate, we will be able to lead to a longer life of this borehole, not to overdo it. And if you overpumped, also the quality of the water can become less, not so healthy. There'd be a degradation in the water quality. This borehole source is evaluated to produce about 28,000 liters in 8 hours of pumping a day. And that should be more than adequate for the community if you manage it appropriately. So this afternoon, I want to acknowledge the scientific and technical officers of the Mineral Resources Department, some of whom are here today with you, for the survey and establishment of the drill site, for completing the borehole and the reticulation, getting all the pipes running to all the different homes to acceptable standards. These officers have to work for long hours. They have to be away from their families for weeks or times. Sometimes in parts of Cawalevu, they have had to be away from their family for up to 2 years. Up to 2 years away, just to make sure that they can get the work done in the boreholes like we have here today in Cawalevu. And I also want to thank you, the members of the community. I know the staff that were here, you also look after them. You helped them also in the work that they were doing, giving the accommodation, giving their food, and I thank you for this hospitality. And that's something that everybody in the North, the friendly North, is very well known for, your hospitality and your friendliness. But today is not a day for long speeches, it's a day of celebration. And once again, I just remind us, please use water wisely. Please use it wisely, because every drop of water counts. And on that note, it gives me great pleasure to officially commission the Cawalevu Community Groundwater Project. Thank you very much, Cawalevu and Danyabad, to all, and I wish you all a pleasant afternoon, and may God bless us all.
First and foremost, our sincere gratitude is extended to the Minister and your entourage for your generous and kind gesture to be here at Cawalevu Settlement. It will be something to cherish and to pass on to our future generation. You are the Good Samaritan who have responded and attended to one of our basic needs. This borehole will not only be useful to us now, but for our grandchildren and great-grandchildren. For that, I would like to say Vinaka.
It is a pleasure for me and an honor on behalf of the government to cut the ribbon today to officially commission and launch a water here in Cawalevu. Naka. Ciao.